Alright, in this video I'm gonna show you how I set up DWM on my minimal void Linux setup. So we're gonna log in. I'm gonna create a directory called, let's say, source, right, and cd to that directory. So first I need to install some requirement packages like git, of course, and then make GCC to compile the softwares. These are all the requirement packages. And the next thing I'm gonna do is my git clone my repository. It's on codebird.org. My username, the repository name. Okay, I'm git cloning the DWM. Okay, so we're gonna cd into DWM. We're gonna give him config.h. Let's see, there's something that I want to change. So this one I want to set to a node font. I also have got term node font probo. Okay, and the size is 12. Okay with that. Okay, and let's see the terminal. We're gonna have the terminal here. Okay, so terminal is a variable in browsers too. Okay, so we're gonna build this DWM. Okay, we're gonna run make. As you can see, we don't have the libraries, so I need to install it now. Okay, do as xbbs install lib x11. Remember the x is uppercase. Devel lib xft devel what else, lib xino rama devel, and I think that's it. Alright, now I think I can build it now. Make, yep. Now we need to install it by doing do as make install. Okay, everything is installed. So now we have, I'm gonna go back to the source directory here, and I'm gonna git clone https codebird.org, my username sd. Okay, this is a flexi batch sd build. Okay, so it's not my own sd build. Okay, I'm using flexi batch because it has the ability to show SIGSO, and I can't find a way to batch SIGSO myself, and it gets complicated very fast because SIGSO is so fundamental. Okay, so we need to cd into sd, and for this we need some more libraries. Okay, so we're gonna do as xbbs install lib2 devel half bus devel. Okay, what else, package config. Okay, so after that I think I can build sd now. Okay, yeah, so now we need to do as make install to install the build sd onto our disk. Okay, so now we have the terminal and the window manager, and that's all I need. So as you can see in the DWM source code, I have config.h and the terminal. So modkey x. Okay, so it's gonna be super x. It's gonna spawn a terminal, but this is a variable, so I need a way to set this variable before I run DWM. Or you can just use sd here, it's okay, but I want the terminal to be a little modular, so maybe in the future I want to use western, ghosty or something. I just need to change the terminal variable, right? So I don't need to change the source code of DWM. Okay, the same for browser here. I'm gonna use modkey shift and B for open the browser, and I don't want to hard code it to Firefox something, right? I don't want to. I want to change the browser, the whole system, by just changing the variable here. And so now, how do I set this variable? Okay, so we're gonna quit here. Oh, by the way, there's a tips here, a tip here. As you can see, mod key shift and Q is gonna kill everything run by the current user. This is a command to kinda log out, because when you think of it, okay, logout is just a way to kill everything of the current user, right? Or you can say killing the current user. All right, so BQ, and let's say here we have March shift and R to BQ DWM. So this command is gonna kill DWM process. All right, so up here we have shift, March shift and Q is gonna kill everything run by the user, and the user here is a variable, right? Maybe I can set this to key to my current user, but this is hard code, right? I don't want to, right? I'm gonna use the variable called user, and this is a system variable. It's gonna be set when you log in, so it's not require you to set it manually. Okay, so back to the topic. I'm gonna show you how I set the browser and the terminal variable. So you're gonna cd to home and ls/laah to show the hidden file. You see we have the bash profile here. Okay, this is a script that gonna run, okay, whenever you log in. Okay, so it's the first thing that run when you log in. We're gonna edit that file, bash profile, and in here, as you can see, it's gonna find the .bash rc in home, and if it find it, if it's a file, right, it's gonna run that. Okay, so I'm okay with that. So down here we got the export terminal equal SD. You might want to quote it if you want. Okay, and then export browser equal Firefox. Okay, and then we exit. Okay, and this is gonna be a test. If you want to, let's say, echo host name, right, we'll see, okay, if it work. Right, now we're gonna exit, and then we log in again. As you can see, it's echoing the host name here. Okay, and I usually just ask clear to make the screen a little cleaner, right? Exit, key 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So now we have the variable called terminal, right? It's SD, and the variable called browser is Firefox. Okay, so how do we start DWM? This is a question that I faced back when I first started using Void Linux. And you may say that I need to install some display manager, let's say LightDM, GDM, right, SDDM, but I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna install a bunch of packages that I don't need. Okay, so I'm gonna use the very minimal way. I'm gonna run xinit. All right, this is a software that gonna set up the X11 environment and then start whatever window manager desktop environment that you want, right? So let's do that. Let's xinit. And the next thing that we want to set up is xort, of course, right? We're gonna install xort server. Okay, and then xf86 input dash lib input. Okay, these are the three packages that are requirement, right? So we're gonna install it. Okay, so this step is really important. You need to make sure that you have this installed. We're gonna do as xbbs install dpush x11. Alright, so dpush is a service that makes sure that your softwares, say Bose Audio and Pipewire, can talk to each other. Okay, so after that, we're gonna set up the .xinit file. This file is in your home directory, okay? .xinitrc. Here in this file, you're gonna need these two lines, okay? We're gonna export dpush launch, exit with session, and exit with x11. And then this line here is gonna run DWM. Okay, it has to be an exec command before. Okay, so now we need to install some nerd font. To install nerd font, I'm gonna use the wget command to download the file first, but we don't have wget installed, so we need to do as xbbs install wget. So to download the font, we need to wget. The URL is a little long, okay, so stick with me here. Okay, so let's download the font. Okay, so we have the font here. Okay, it's a zip file, so in order to extract this, I'm gonna use the unzip command, but we don't have it yet, so we need to install it. xbbs install unzip. Alright, now we're gonna unzip this iosafka file. We have finished unzipping the file, but I make a mistake, so now my home directory is covered in TTF file. Okay, so don't worry, we need to create a font directory. Okay, so we're gonna do mkdir -b home/.local share in fonts. Okay, and then we're gonna move every file here that end with .ttf, okay, to that directory. Okay, and now my home directory is back again. Okay, we're gonna remove iosafka, license, and readme. I don't need those files. So now we're gonna cd into src DWM. Let's see if we change the font. Okay, so I have the font change here. The size is gonna be 20. Okay, remember the probo here. Okay, you don't want this to be mono. Okay, you don't want this to be empty. You want this to be probo. Okay, so the icons on the status bar will show correctly. Okay, and then we're gonna rebuild this. So now we're gonna cd into the sd directory, and we're gonna vim config.h. Okay, as you can see, the font is changed. Okay, in this case, it's a mono, right? iosafka terminal font mono, right? We want the terminal font to be mono. All right, so exit, and then we're gonna rebuild it again. All right, now we're gonna cd to home, and let's see what if we exit it now. All right, you can see here everything is working and the font is big, but you may ask, why is the resolution is so bad? My screen isn't a phone, right? It's not that small, dude. So you need to change something. Okay, and for that we need the xrandr command, xrandr, but I'm not gonna cover this command in this video. All right, I'm gonna have a video in the future to show you how to set the resolution and stuff, set up our x11 environment. So in this video, I'm just gonna talk about how I set up DWM and SD. Okay, so thanks for watching.